All right, hey everybody, back. We got one more news feed here for you we're going to do for today, and Ford reportedly plans a sedan and an off-road version for the Mustang. This is from Motor One. They don't give us any details yet, but we do get to know that not only will the Mustang live on in ICE form, but it is coming with a off-road version, and it is coming out with a sedan version. It says a Dearborn automaker thinks a low-slung Mustang four-door and an all-wheel drive safari-esque Mustang could sell. So something they got in the works. Ford might be planning that. We just said that. Okay, suggests Ford shows mock-ups of the cars to dealers during an event in Vegas. The report also suggests these new Mustang variants will be combustion-powered rather than EV. We love that. Okay, so that's some great things, so we know it's sticking around. They talk a little bit. They say the sedan is allegedly called the Mach 4, though the Safari-like model was left unnamed. Beyond all-wheel drive and big tires, little is known about the vehicle. It's unclear which models will be presented as full-size mock-ups or strictly digital renderings. We don't know what's happening with it yet. They go on to talk about the ICE for some of the other things, but that is interesting that we might see a off-road version of a all-wheel drive Mustang. That's kind of interesting, which also leads us to this next one, which I thought was pretty interesting right here. I would drive this. This is probably the only Vette I would drive, but I think this thing, even on the road, even though it would not do that good off-road, this thing looks sick as can be. I straight up love it. The C6 Chevy Corvette Trail Boss continues tradition of dirt-loving Vettes, which we've seen before, but this thing is sweet. Check that thing out. Trail Boss sticker on it. I love that. This thing is pretty impressive. There's a video there if you want to go to the article and watch this, and it climbs the dunes, it runs everything, it does a really good job. This is pretty sweet. It's got 33-inch nittos on this thing. I mean, this is pretty impressive. Let's look at the photos real quick before we move on. We won't spend much time on this, but tell me this thing isn't just sexy as can be. And if I'm not mistaken, does that look like a winch coming out of the front of that? I'm wondering if that's a winch they put on this thing. If so, that's pretty awesome. And a trailer hitch on the back end. I mean, this is pretty impressive. I mean, it is. That's a winch. I see the fair leads in there. That is pretty impressive looking. I mean, this looks like it's something straight out of Mad Max kind of thing. I mean, this is sexy on every kind of level. I mean, this thing, look at that. Fox remote reservoir, piggyback shocks, stick in it. I love this thing. This is pretty awesome. Not gonna lie, pretty sweet looking Corvette right there too. So maybe they're what convinced Ford that they need to make an all-wheel drive version of Mustang. I don't know, but that is there, and that is kind of cool. Next one here. This one led us to another one, but we got right here. Full-size Chevy truck reaches the 2020 or 250,000 mile reliability study. I don't know why that's staying stuck there. There we go. Full-size Chevy trucks likely to reach 250,000 miles. It came from a list here, so we're going to dive into that list. We're going to not spend too much time on this article because I want to know more than just the Silverado and how it's doing. So what we did is we went here to where the report is right here, according to a report from IC Cars, which is the one I actually trust the most. You see me use them a lot. I like IC Cars. But according to their report, which we'll open in a second, Toyota products are rated as some of the most likely vehicles to reach 250,000 miles, with the Toyota Tundra and Sequoia 4 times more likely to achieve this milestone as compared to the industry average. Keep in mind that they are basing that on history stuff, all right? They're not saying the 2024. They're taking a combination of things. That's how these things work. So they're not, just keep that in mind. Not far behind the Jap automaker was Chevy trucks and SUVs, as the Suburban and Silverado 1500 and Tahoe respectively ranked 7th, 10th, and 12th place overall with, these are your percentages. Okay, so we'll take a look at that list and dive into it here in a second. But modern vehicles are getting more durable, with 30 models offering between 12 and 36% chance of reaching 250,000 miles. IC Cars executive analyst Carl Brower says, remarked in a prepared statement, many customers still considers a car usable lifespan to end at 100,000 miles. But our latest long-term study confirms that even 200,000 miles isn't the end of the line for many cars. The top 9 on this year's list have better than 20% chance of hitting 250,000 miles. That's pretty dang good. Okay, that's pretty dang good. The lifespan of heavy-duty trucks inevitably pushes several light-duty models to below average because obviously, heavy-duty trucks are built to last longer. But let's take a look at a list. Let's go dive in. So we got it right here. Here it is from IC Cars, the longest lasting cars, trucks, and SUVs to reach 250,000 miles and beyond. These 30 vehicles have up to 36% chance. So the highest on the list is a 36% chance, is the highest. It says up to a 36% chance of making it to 250,000 miles. So what do we got on here too? Here's the highlights. Toyota Tundra is the longest lasting vehicle with the Sequoia, 4Runner, Tacoma, and Highlander occupying the top 5 spots. Again, every one of these vehicles, they are, I'm sure, considering the old ones. They are not talking about the new ones, obviously. Toyota has the longest lasting brand, making up 30% of the longest lasting models. We understand that. Take it with a grain of salt. These are not the new ones. Honda is the second longest lasting brand with 6 models in the top 30. SUVs dominate the list, taking up 16 slots, followed by 8 pickup trucks and 4 sedans. Okay, so they go on to give you the rest of the details on it. They study and analyze over 402 million cars, determine which cars would operate. It's all algorithm based. Okay. And there it is. The most durable model, Toyota Tundra, has a 36.6% chance of reaching it. Again, they are talking about the Toyota Tundra, the last gen, okay? But they're saying it's got a 4.2 time average or above average of hitting it. But here's our list. Let's look at this. We got the Tundra, Sequoia, 4Runner, Tacoma, Highlander Hybrid, okay? But none of these are all, remember again, I just can't say it enough, these are not the new ones. This is the old ones. The Honda Ridgeline is coming in here. And you got the Suburban, Toyota Avalon, Silverado, GMC, Pilot, Honda Accord. It goes down. Here we go through it, and there it is. And you can see Ram 1500 came in at 30% option in there. I do not see a Gladiator in there, but Gladiator says, for some reason, Gladiator still says don't have enough data to do a review on a Gladiator for IC cars. That's because they need more than 4 years of data, which is why I'm telling you that the Tundra, Sequoia, 4Runner, Tacoma, they are basing it on like 5 to 10 years of history. For all of the vehicles on his list are based on high amounts of history to make this decision, not on current model year. And like I said, Gladiator doesn't even offer that, and it's probably why we don't see a Ranger on here anywhere either. Ranger has not been out long enough to have that kind of data held up for it. So take that stuff with a grain of salt. Longest lasting brand, 7 automakers with better than average lifespans. Toyota, 2 times compared to average overall. Honda 1.6, Ram. Look at how high Ram jumps up at 1.3. Matching right in there is GMC, Chevy, Lexus, Ford down here at the bottom. It's interesting. So take it for what it's worth. These are the longest lasting heavy duty models. Ram 3500 has the best chance. That's with that amazing Cummins diesel in there. Toyota Tundra is coming in. You can see the list on here where they come in at. Honda Ridgeline, it's interesting that the Ridgeline's down at number 12 or 11 on here as the chances to do it. And again, but notice how you do not see a Ranger anywhere on here, and you do not see a Gladiator. That is because of the fact that they are not old enough to meet the criteria for this. Here's your SUVs to top the list off for you. Basically ranking, you can see them right here, see what you're finding, and that's what they give you. And I think that's it. Longest lasting sedans. If you're interested, here they are. I'm not going to hang out here too long. And I'm sure they go in here somewhere to tell you the data and how long it needs. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on this, what you think of that list and where it ranks. But I think it's interesting that 36% chance is the highest of any vehicle made today that they're giving you to reach 250,000 miles. That's not that great of odds when you think about it. But interesting list nonetheless. Thanks for watching.